Hey, y'all. Welcome to This Is Life.
This is Cornelius.
This is Heather, and my husband just told me my Christmas gift. Why would you tell me my Christmas gift? Christmas is not for 2 weeks.
Well, praise the Lord. Well, here's the thing. You get ready to tune into an episode that's going to be absolutely dope because we're talking about friendship. So make sure you tune into our podcast. Make sure you subscribe and you like and all that kind of stuff. Comment. You have to tune in. This is Life with Heather and Cornelius. You can tune in on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google, all that stuff. Whatever it is, just make sure you tune in. This is Life with Heather and Cornelius.
Yay Networks.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Cornelius.
What's up, y'all? This is Heather.
Yeah, we getting ready to talk about some friendship, but I just spilled the beans and told my wife what I bought her for Christmas.
Like, why would you tell me? Like,
because you asked me.
Baby, it doesn't matter. You don't tell.
So I was supposed to lie?
You're not supposed to lie.
So what did you want me to say?
Baby.
Huh?
It's supposed to be a surprise. That's the whole point
You
of Christmas.
asked me.
A surprise.
But you asked me.
It doesn't matter, babe.
I don't know what I did wrong.
I need you to be a better mind reader.
Now that is accurate. That's accurate. That's accurate. Because I'm like, you definitely asked me, and I was like, I told you.
No, you're not supposed to tell me. Like, I'm not telling you what I got you for Christmas. Even if you ask, even though you won't. So annoying. You're so annoying. Like, you probably forgot that I'm even getting you something.
I forgot Christmas was coming up.
Like, you're going to be surprised. Like, I've been buying the kids Christmas gifts since, like, last March.
Are you serious?
Yes.
For what?
Baby, I plan ahead all the time for everything.
You are right. You do.
Think about that. My whole life.
Yeah, it's a whole plan ahead type thing. It's very something.
Oh, wow. You don't appreciate me.
Wow. Where we need to talk about our sponsor BetterHelp real quick, because we're gonna table this for just a moment. We're gonna table it for just a moment.
You're forgiven.
Yeah, you're forgiven. Yo, but okay, real talk. I understand Taylor so much more by being around you.
Really?
Yes.
I hope so. I mean, we've been together for 14 years.
No,
baby.
but I'm saying, like for 14 years, I'm like, I don't understand half of this, because our brains are different.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very practical. None of that stuff you just said made sense to me. Like,
but then you meet Taylor, and you're like,
I meet Taylor, and I'm like,
she
okay,
acts exactly
I
like
get it.
me.
Like, it's not like it's legit. Like, it's this. I don't want to say it's a woman thing, because I know all women don't necessarily think the same, but in certain situations,
me and Taylor think the same in many ways.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, I'm watching Taylor, and I'm like, you are your mother's daughter.
Isn't that amazing?
It is wild to see.
So funny. You're like, babe, I need you to discipline Taylor, like, on certain things. I'd be like, ooh. I'd be like, yeah, girl, you right. But I'd be like, hold on.
Like, but then I see Logan, because Logan looks at her, and Logan's just like, He's like, girl, you got to get your life together.
Like, he's so judgy. He told me, he's like, she and Roman need to get saved. I'm like, oh, he's like, they need to get baptized.
I'm just like, man, like, Logan, like, we'll be at football practice or something. Logan, like, he'll like, Dad, like, Taylor's emotions are just out of control. And I'm just like, yeah, well, son, like, I'm trying to, walk him through the process, but it's there.
He acts just like you.
And y'all were born with it, huh?
And he acts just like
you.
He
does act just like
me. And it can be a little stressful sometimes, because I feel like
Why is it stressful?
Because I feel like I don't feel like I'm raising my husband, because I can't raise you, but it's like you in a mini person.
But he's very practical. Oh my! He is very determined. He knows exactly what he wants. He thinks
he's my dad sometimes.
No, he doesn't. He just wants to provide you with practical tips that he believes
that I need from a 9-year-old. That makes so much sense. Listen. He's like, I think you and Dad need help with your parenting.
Oh, he did tell me.
Like, he comes for us. He comes for our heads sometimes.
Yeah, he does. I mean, I love it.
I love that he's such a leader, and that he's so strong, that he thinks ahead. But he's just like, Mommy, I'm concerned about you and Taylor, and how you guys are about time, and how
he does say that.
He comes for me, and I'd be looking at him like, are you the parent or am I?
Yeah.
And then I asked Roman last night, who's the boss? And he said, Psh, Roman. I was like, actually, you're not the boss of me. Like, what is happening to these little humans who think that, like, I'm a nurturer. I'm not the disciplinarian, but I'm still the boss of that tail.
Yeah, well, praise the Lord. Because see, they don't believe that.
Oh, wow. I think they do.
No, because I mean, it's not in boss in different terms because you are the nicer parent. You know, if we put it like that, I'm the
yes. I say yes to everything.
Yes. You are the yes. You are the nicer parent, and you kind of, you kind of help the thing around. But we're supposed to be talking about friendship.
I know we got totally off
we did. We got
miss our kids.
We got cut off guard, but. Friendship. You came up with the subject. You want to open it up? Because we get ready for Christmas, right? Christmas is around the corner.
Yeah.
It's in 2 weeks.
And you might have some expectations of friends.
They're going to buy you some crap, and you probably didn't need crap. But you know what?
I feel like I'm in a shifting season. Like certain friends I have, I don't have.
You said shifting. Oh, my goodness. I do not want to tell you what I thought I heard.
Oh, wow.
I thought you said I'm in a shitting season. Maybe. I was like, why are you in a shitting season?
Did you just cuss?
Yeah, I cussed. Yeah, I didn't. I didn't say the word.
Okay, all right. You initiated the word, anyways. So
I thought that's what you said.
No, shifting. I don't cuss, babe. You know that.
Oh yeah, well.
Oh wow, I cuss.
Mm-hmm.
Are you really finna lie on this podcast?
Mm-hmm.
I cuss, babe. Really?
Mm-hmm. Keep going. Talk about friendship.
No, but you're insinuating that I be cussing.
No, you don't.
I need to walk around the house. I'm about to start cussing since you out here acting like I be cussing.
No, I didn't say you be cussing, but I'm not saying that you haven't cursed.
I've definitely cursed before under my breath, but I would never outwardly say a word.
Babe, it's okay. Just move on.
No, let me clear this up.
Okay, go ahead.
When I do curse, I'm talking and I'm venting to the Lord, and then I feel like it's a safe place. A safe place to do it if I'm going to do it.
I've made you mad enough for you've cursed at me.
In the past, yeah. Maybe once or twice.
That's what I'm talking about. But it's okay. Hey, babe, it's okay.
You act like I be walking around cussing.
No, I don't. I don't act like you walk around and people.
Okay.
If anybody has met you for 5 minutes, they can understand that your conviction with Jesus Christ, because you and John and Jesus are just right there together. They know that you're cool. Me, I'm the questionable one. I got the Peter David type spirit. I will cuss you out and cut your ear off on the same day.
Well, all right.
That's just it.
All right, back to friendships. We're just like rabbit hole in here today. You guys, pray for us. Pray for us. Okay. So friendships, I feel like sometimes with friends, like people are takers. Like, are they opportunists? Like people want to be around you for the wrong reasons, right? They want to be around you because they can get something from you. And I don't like friendships like that. Like I literally pull away from people that are opportunists. Like I like to be around genuine, authentic people. I don't need anything from anybody. I'm not saying that like I don't need you, but like I don't need a hookup from anybody. I don't need an open door from anybody. I don't need anybody's money. I don't need anybody's things. Like I look at people for people. Like I want to have healthy, good relationships, healthy conflict resolution, like where we love each other, we support each other, we pray for each other, and there's just no weird silence, there's no weirdness. I just don't do that weirdness. And I feel like some people might be going through this with their friendships. I was actually talking to a couple girls right before I came in here, and one of the girls says that God, the past 2 years, God pulled 99% of the people that were around her, down to her best friend and her sister out of her life.
Dang.
And then, right. And
her sister?
Her sister.
What you gotta do to get blood going out your life?
Her own sister, right, like cursed her out of nowhere, right? And then another girl was like, I feel like God pulled everybody from me in 2018 and restored. But she feels like God pulled 80% of the people around her. And I feel like we all have seasons in our life of friendships. And sometimes, the season that you had of your friends from high school, they might not be in your life now, right? Maybe one. Yeah. I mean, I don't talk to anybody from high school at all. I mean, maybe on social media, every now and then they might DM me, maybe one person or two, but that's really it. I don't connect with them. I don't talk to them on a regular basis. But I feel like we have seasons for friends. And some friends I feel like are like Jonathan and David. Like it's a friend that's going to be in your life for the rest of your life, right?
Yeah. I
feel like we have different seasons for different friends. And I want to tackle more of that in just a second.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp provides you with a vast network of therapists so that you can have somebody to walk you through whatever traumatic situation, or not have to be a traumatic situation, whatever situation that you may have gone through or that you're going through. It may be family issues because we're getting ready to come up on, Thanksgiving's gone, but you get ready to come up on Christmas.
Yeah.
And you probably want to speak to a therapist now before you go and sit at the family table, because you already know that Uncle Trey about to say something that's going to piss you off, and you gonna want to fight Uncle Trey.
You need some tools.
Deal. You need to get some tools. Get some tools from a therapist.
Right.
As the world's largest therapy service, BetterHelp has matched 3 million people with professionally licensed and vetted therapists available 100% online. Plus, it's affordable. Yeah. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to match with a therapist. If things aren't clicking, you can easily switch to a new therapist anytime. It couldn't be simpler. No waiting rooms, no traffic, no endless searching for the right therapist.
Learn more and save 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/Lindsay's. Baby, are you writing this down? That's BetterHelp, HELP. Make sure you write this down, .com/Lindsay's.
Make sure when I spell it, HELP, BetterHelp.com/LINDSEYS. Boom. I did.
So glad you wrote that down.
BetterHelp.com/Lindsay's. And thank you, BetterHelp, for being a sponsor of this show.
All right. So I feel like there's different seasons. When you get married, maybe some friends that you had before won't be in your life, switch jobs. I feel like people have situational friendships.
What situational friendships?
A situational friendship is it's easy to be your friend, right? We live in the same state. We're neighbors.
Yeah.
All that stuff, right?
Well, you're in school.
Yeah. You go to the same church.
Yeah.
Those are situational. So those people, to me, like maybe God will send them with you to the next season, but sometimes they fizzle out. And sometimes it sucks because you don't want those friendships to fizzle out, right?
Right.
Like you want those friendships to be in your life. You want to thrive. And if you're like me, well, I guess I used to be like this. Now I don't care. But before I wanted everybody to be my friend. Why are we all friends? Let's just hang out nonstop. Like I just wanted us all to get along. I guess I got that from my mama, didn't I?
Yeah.
My mom is very much like that. Like
sounds like Linda.
Let's just all get along, right? That's always been my mindset. Like let's all be friends. But I realized everybody's not going where God is taking me. And I don't need certain voices speaking into me while I'm growing or I'm in a different season or I'm doing what God wants me to do. Like I don't have time for all that extra.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For those out there who are wondering, who are like, well, I don't have friends. Well, the Bible's clear. It just says, show yourself friendly. Mm-hmm. If you want friends, then show yourself to be a friend. You can't say you want friends and then every time somebody comes in your life, you push them away.
That's real.
I mean, and that's the reason why we talked about our sponsor, BetterHelp, is because maybe the reason why you don't have friends in your life is because of your toxic behavior.
Come on.
And I know that you say that's just who you are. Like you may be like, well, that's just who I am. I'm going to speak my mind. I'm going to say what I want. Well, using the excuse of that's who you are doesn't mean that you have to stay that way.
Yeah.
Because if you're a crappy person, just admit you're a crappy person, but go and get help.
Yeah.
Go and get help for being a crappy person. So you don't have to be a doggone crappy person. You're a crappy friend.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned earlier, takers. If you are a taker, because all you do is just come into somebody else's life and just take from them, and you just siphon away all the goodness. And one of the things that I never wanted to be, and I never want to be, when somebody leaves my presence, I want them to leave feeling better about themselves. I want them to leave feeling happier. I want them to leave feeling whole. Yeah. Even if that means I have to empty out everything of myself to just encourage them, I want them to leave better than how I left them. So, or how they first arrived to me. And if you want to be friends with somebody, you need to show yourself friendly.
Yeah. You
need to be friendly. It goes the same way with relationships. Like you want to be in a relationship, but then every doggone, girl who talks to you, you shoo them away. Every time a guy talks to you, you shoo them away. You have to be friendly.
It's funny. I remember
be
nice, right? I remember I preached this sermon and this girl came up to me afterward and she's like, I'm 44 years old. And after listening to the sermon, the light switch came on and I realized that I've pushed away any man that's come to me that did not, I think, fit my 20 boxes. Mm. And she's like, I realized that's why I'm probably single. I've been praying for God to send me a husband, but I believe he's tried to send him to me, but I've shut down every guy that has come my way. And I realized like I need to truly heal and then be open. Right. And I just feel like we push away friends. We push away relationships. We push away people because of our past trauma, our hurt. And, we take that into our friendships. And I think what's also hard is when you go through something with a friend and your friendship doesn't survive it.
Yeah.
That's tough because like maybe you wanted it to survive it. Like you guys talked about it. You had your conflict resolution. You felt like you were on the same page, but after that, it was just weird.
Right.
And you guys stopped talking. But I'm just so convinced that whoever's supposed to be in my life is still here. I feel like we overthink this friendship thing. Like we say, oh, they're busy and they might be busy. Don't get me wrong. But that weird feeling, that check in your spirit, I believe is a sign from the Lord that's saying like, hey, this person doesn't have your back. They're not for you. They don't have the same heart towards you. They might be jealous of you, right? Like I feel like when God puts that check in your spirit, you got to believe him.
Well, I mean, I agree you need to believe him, but I also believe that, we have to make sure that we're not being self-centered.
Yeah.
And just thinking, well, it's just all about me.
Yeah.
Because it could be that person is thinking the same thing about you.
Yeah.
Maybe they have a check, but their check is there because they're like, well, that person hasn't reached out to me. That person hasn't talked to me. So they assume, well, maybe they don't want anything to do with me.
Yeah.
And you got to understand the enemy's job is to create division.
Yeah.
And that's why I believe the communication resolves a multitude of problems.
Yeah.
And if it is to just communicate and be like, hey, I don't understand. Did something happen? Did I do something? Is something wrong? Did something happen?
Yeah.
And typically, that's when it resolves itself. And friends like, oh, no, nothing happened. Like, I actually thought I did something to you.
Yeah.
And we just kind of stopped talking. And I don't understand why we stopped talking. I think that we get into those moments. And when you feel that check, being able to provide that sense of communication and just asking why in the right situations.
Yeah.
If it's a toxic, friendship, then let the thing die.
Yeah.
But in certain situations where you had a very strong friendship with somebody, go to that person. Like, just be like, hey, did something happen? Did I do something? Are you okay? Are we okay?
Yeah.
Like, go and just ask them that question and just see how far it goes.
Yeah. And honestly, I feel like even if you do ask, like, you already know. You know what I mean? Like I've done that before where I've gone to somebody where I'm like, hey, it's weird. Is everything okay? And like, you're right. It is weird. But the relationship fizzles out after that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, people still busy.
Of course. Yeah, people are still busy, but I just feel like it is what it is almost. You know what I mean? Like you have to accept whatever that is, and whoever's supposed to be your life will be in your life.
So let me ask you this question: do you feel like in that kind of example, do you feel like the person is not in your life because they could still be in your life? They're busy. Like you're busy.
Sure. Oh,
so you're still in each other's lives.
Yeah.
It's just that maybe like you can't talk as much as you did when you weren't as busy.
Yeah.
Like maybe life has sped up and now your kids are getting older. And I mean, like for you have so much going on. So much. And I can only imagine the amount of women who are probably like, well, she doesn't want to be my friend anymore.
Yeah.
But that's the complete opposite. Like you're still in their life, but you're busy.
I just need low maintenance friendships.
Low maintenance. And I love low maintenance friendships.
Yeah, me too. Like I just don't have the energy for all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Like but my thing is this, like, I feel like we all go through different seasons of friendships, right? But I also feel like certain friendships do require a certain amount of effort. You know what I mean? Like, that's why, like, with my best friend, I have an expectation. And don't get me wrong, like, we've thrown our expectations out the door, right? But she's been my best friend since I was 17 years old, right? So we don't talk every day by any means, but just like checking in, even if she doesn't check in, I know she still loves me. I know we'll pick right back up where we are. I know I can share certain things with her. But what's helped me is putting friends in categories, right? Like I don't have the same expectations of somebody who just came in my life recently as I do my best friend. You know what I mean? Like I know my best friend, I can open up and I can share things and I know she'll never share it with anybody else. I have no expectations. But I feel like we end up getting hurt because we treat people that we just met like, have expectations of like a best friend or somebody who's been there in and out of every season of our life.
Right.
But when I separate the two and I say, okay, this is a new person, I have no expectations of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We haven't been through nothing together. You could even be situational. I have zero expectations.
Yeah, nothing wrong with putting people in a box. But one thing you don't need to put in a box is your credit. Can I tell you, don't put your credit in the box?
Don't put it in the box.
That's what we're very thankful for Chime. What's the first thing you do when you wake up? Do you check your credit? No. But I guarantee you, Chime is making sure that they're on top of all of that stuff. With their secured Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card, you can start to build credit with your own money. Chime reports your payments to credit bureaus to help you build credit over time. Their members see an increase of 30 points on average. All of this with no annual fees, no large security deposits or credit checks to apply. So you trying to get that credit up because you know the housing market about to blip and you want to get that house? You need to hook up with Chime immediately.
Yes, so start your credit journey with Chime, y'all. Sign up only takes 2 minutes and it doesn't affect your credit score. Get started at chime.com/LWTL. That's chime.com/LWTL.
The Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card is issued by Stride Bank N.A. pursuant to a license from Visa USA Chime checking account and $200 qualifying direct deposit required to apply for the secured Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card. Regular on-time payment history can have a positive impact on your credit score. Impact to score may vary, and some users' scores may not improve. Out-of-network ATM withdrawal fees may apply except at MoneyPass ATMs in a 7-Eleven or any Allpoint or Visa Plus Alliance ATM.
Yes.
Boom. So, yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with putting people in certain categories.
Subconscious.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I love what you said earlier about your best friend. You're like, you kind of threw some of the expectations out of the window. Frustration happens when expectations are present.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we all have to do. We all have to take our expectations and say, are these the right expectations for this friendship? I mean, we were having a conversation about, what I did with a friend. The friend, I felt like every time he wanted something, he called me. But I felt like, anytime that I presented a way that he could assist, it was crickets.
Yeah.
I didn't hear anything. But it was always like, hey, could you help me out with this? Could you help me out with this? And, I do have an expectation that as a friend, that it's going to have some sort of reciprocity. Because friendship, no relationship lasts without reciprocity.
Yeah.
We need reciprocity. And so I just called him up. I called him up, sent him a message, called him up, and I'm like, dude, this is how I'm feeling right now.
Yeah.
I don't feel like we have any type of reciprocity. I feel like you reach out to me and then you have an expectation that I'm going to respond to you. And most of it is my fault.
Yeah.
Because I've always responded whenever he reached out. And I just told him, I said, this time I'm not going to help you. I still love you, but I'm not going to help you. And, and however that affects our friendship, hopefully it makes it better. And hopefully he realizes reciprocity is important to both of us. And if not, so be it. Move on and
Do you think it's because you always act so strong and like you have it together?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Is that what I give off?
Yeah. 100%.
Really?
Yeah.
I give off that I got it all together?
You give off that you're strong and you have it figured out.
Really?
Yeah.
I give that off. Like that's.
Let's ask our producer who's in here. Doesn't he? Right?
I do?
You do.
Oh, wow.
Like you're clean cut. You look confident. You look strong.
Really?
Like, you don't look like you need anything.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's shocking because I'm like, I'm legit serious.
Like you don't show weakness.
And see, for me, I feel like weakness is kind of all I show.
Nope.
Really?
You show strength all the time. You give off alpha man energy. Right?
Are you serious?
100%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's
Riley, our producer's in here like, yep, I agree. I'm with you.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Because see, this whole and that's good. That's good for me to know because on the outside looking in, from the inside looking out, I'm like, I'm over here screaming like, somebody help me, help. And then you're saying that people are looking like, you don't need no help.
You don't need much help. Like even in our marriage, in order, like I have to.
Oh, this is about to get deep. Okay,
know,
all right. Let me sit up.
Let me just order him some dinner. You know, times I hit you and I'm like, I'm just ordering dinner for you.
Right.
Because before you'd be like, no, I got it. No, I got it. I figured it out. I'm good. I got it. And before I would like cook all these things and I'm like, nope, I'm exhausted. He's exhausted. Like, I'd be like, babe, I hit you. I'm like, hey, I'm ordering from this restaurant. What do you want?
That is true.
You know what I mean? Because if I come to you, what are you going to say?
I'll figure it out.
There you go.
I'll take care of it. Don't worry about it.
And exactly. So unless I come in and I'd be like, hey, babe, I'm doing this for you, then you got it.
And you know, I think a lot of that comes in from the fact that I never want to be a burden on anybody.
Yeah.
And if I don't want to be, I don't want to be a burden. A lot of that comes from childhood trauma.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I didn't want to be a burden on my parents.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be the reason why they were upset. I didn't want to be the reason why anything happened in my house. So because of that, I'm just like, I'm not going to be a burden. So I'll take care of myself. I'll find me something to eat. I'll take care of it. I'll do it. And I didn't realize I was projecting that. Even like in that example you just gave, because I mean, it's like every night I'll be at football practice with Logan, football practice, and I'm starving. And you'll text me, you're like, hey, I'm about to order something. But for me, I'm like, nope, I don't want to spend any money. Nope, I don't want to do this. Nope, like you're at home with the kids. Like you're at home with Roman and Taylor. You're probably busy. Like I don't want you to stop your time and have to worry about me. I'll worry about myself. So that is eye-opening.
Yeah. No, it's very true.
That's
baby.
eye-opening. Well, crap. Well, crap.
I mean,
doggone.
You look like you got it all together. And people probably, it's funny, we had a double date, or not really a play date. And the couple,
I remember.
And the couple
that.
was like, you guys seem perfect
for each. Yeah, they did.
Perfect for each other. And we looked at each other, we were like, really? And then we're like, we high five. We're like, yeah. You know, but it's, I think we do project that we have it all together. And
really?
We don't. Gosh, we're so far from it.
So far. Like,
it's so
we,
far.
We tell people that we're not perfect.
Man, we tell them all the time.
Like we talk about our issues and our insecurities. That's why I actually thought that I'm presenting weakness most of the time, because I'm always talking about areas where I fall short.
But you're standing up strongly doing it. You know?
Well, crap. Well, I'm gonna do a podcast laying down. I don't know.
Help me.
Yeah. Oh, what is that one movie, Bridesmaids?
Oh yeah.
Remember she went up to first class.
Help me, I'm poor.
Help me, I'm poor.
Meanwhile, we just spent a week in Israel, and you know, I think that people.
That's true.
Yeah, I think people on social media.
10 days.
Still, 10 days. They're just like, how are they doing it? How do they do what they do? They still can't figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're trying to piece it together, trying to understand. And, you know, most of the time it's none of their business. But
all the time it ain't none of their business.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's absolutely none of their business. But I think people for a long time have been trying to figure it out.
Yeah. That makes sense. And that brings like so much clarity to like that whole situation, especially I want to call my friend back up and be like, I'm going to ask him. Yeah, I'm going to say, hey, do I give off this sense of confidence like I have it all together? Like, do I
give off lying?
Do I exude that?
Yes, you give off lying.
Because, like,
yeah. And then if you do need something, they're probably like, oh, I mean, he's probably got so many connections. Like, he's not thinking about my little support.
Really?
Yeah, probably.
Well, I can tell you.
That's a good question.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna ask my friend that, and maybe I think that's gonna help our dialogue as friends.
Yeah.
But also in talking about important dialogue and in talk about important things we need to have in our life, and an important relationship is having a relationship with an accurate crowd share, or with the type of protection that you and your family that you need in the event of a crisis. Now, we actually interviewed the CEO for Crowd Health on our podcast. And he told us that the reason why he started the company, because his daughter was going to have a small procedure done, and he went to his insurance company, and it was thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And he went back and he's like, you know, how is it that average Americans can go and pay for this procedure that his daughter
was out of network. That's what it was. Yeah.
But it's like thousands of dollars, and he's like, that it's just not fair. So he came up with he started Crowd Health to be able to provide, you know, so that we can get services done for ourselves and also for our family, and we didn't have to worry about all of those high deductibles and all of those co-pays and all that kind of great stuff. Tell them about Crowd Health.
So Crowd Health, it's an alternative to insurance.
Yeah.
The insurance model is completely broken. I mean, I think a lot of us have realized that. And Crowd Health has a better way to fund your healthcare cost. You see any doctor you want. There's no in-network, out-of-network, whatever. So pretty much you pay the first $500 of any healthcare event, anything, and they cover everything on top of that $500.
Yeah.
At 100%. Isn't that amazing?
That's amazing.
The Crowd Health community takes care of the rest. There's no exclusive doctor networks, no huge premiums or high deductibles. There's no surprises. We actually switched our, we got out of our insurance and we went with Crowd Health, and we've had them for a year now. And
we've been using them. I mean, right now we're using them. We have a family member who's having a small procedure done, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
But we're using Crowd Health. So we're not just telling you, hey, it's this company that we just heard about. Yeah. We're telling you our personal experience is that Crowd Health has been able to be a bright spot in a place where, I mean, our healthcare system in America here is broken. Yeah. Crowd Health isn't.
Yeah. Now take charge of your healthcare today at Crowd Health. Open enrollment is the only time you can actually hit the eject button on the broken system without penalty, so don't wait. And for a limited time, you can join for just $99 per month for your first 6 months when you use promo code LWTL at joincrowdhealth.com. That's joincrowdhealth.com, promo code LWTL.
Crowd Health is not health insurance. It's a totally different way of paying for health care. Term and conditions may apply. I'm definitely going to
have that conversation.
Yeah.
I think it's good to reflect too. You know what I mean? I think a lot of times we look at friends like, oh, what they did to me, but it's almost good to say, well, how do you view me? Like,
yeah, I apologize. I didn't even think of like that could be a reason, but that makes sense. And it's almost across the board. Like I have a sense of frustration with my friends because I don't just feel like that with him. I feel like that with almost all of them. It's like, they only come to me because they need something.
You should have asked your wife, babe. I got you.
Well, we had a whole conversation about this earlier.
We totally did. And you know what? It just came out now.
So I did ask you. I brought it to you first.
So I thought you were just venting. I didn't think that you were looking.
Never stopped you in the past from giving me your opinion.
But I've learned to be a better listener.
Well, I love that.
And I wanted to really listen and not preach to you. You know what I mean?
No, I agree with that.
I wanted to just kind of be a support because I could tell that you were frustrated. So I felt like it wasn't the time to be like, and it's not even something I thought of until right now. I just wanted to relate with you, I think, in that moment.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And but that makes sense. And I love that even came up because in the concept of friendship, you need to be able to take a step back and to do some self-inventory.
Yeah.
Be like, well, what are you projecting?
Yeah.
Because maybe that goes what the Bible says. It says, you want friends, show yourself friendly.
Yeah.
But if you're not projecting friendliness, and you have this hard look on your face all the time, you don't smile.
Yeah.
You just look mean, and you're like, well, I ain't got no friends. It's like, well, tell your face. What was it? I was young. I had this old lady, Sister Token, in church. She would always say, she'd go up to somebody who wasn't smiling. She said, are you happy? And they would say, yeah, I'm happy. And she would say, well, tell your face.
Ooh.
Like,
Ooh, I love that.
I'm sorry. You start smiling.
I love that.
But yeah, that projection is very real. That's okay. I got something from the podcast. I got something from the beef. If you ain't got nothing from it, I got something from it.
Yeah. And I feel like we're all growing and evolving as people and becoming a better version of ourselves. And so my prayer is that, if there's anybody in my life that shouldn't be there, that I'm praying that God removes them. But not only that, I feel like he removes to restore. So I'm like, God, is there people in my life that you're bringing, and how can I be a better friend to them? How can I be a better support to them? And I think that self-reflection on yourself of like, how can I be better? How can I be more intentional? And I think if we did the basic things in our friendships, they would last longer.
What do you mean? What do you mean the basic?
For example, treating our friends like we would treat Jesus, right? When you get in the group of friends and then they're like you have the initial group chat and then you have the side group chat where it might be those people are gossiping about the person who keeps on talking, right? I feel like something as simple as like gossip. That's real though.
No, that's very true.
That's real.
That's
like
very true.
if you've done it to the least of them, you've done it to Jesus. And if you can't say it to that person in the group chat, right, then why are you on the side chat dragging them? You know what I mean?
Dang, babe.
No, that's real though. That's real. I feel like if you're going to be a good friend, like you're begging God for more friends, but you're not handling the ones he's giving you well, right? Like how can we be better friends? And if you do have something to say to that person, like say it in the group chat or just call them sidebar. But if you're constantly gossiping and tearing them down, there's something more deeper rooted in you. Right. You know what I mean? And I don't want to be like, I don't want people gossiping about me. I want you to tell me the truth. You know what I mean? Like if you have issues, if you have a problem, hit me up, call me. You know, before I didn't like confrontation, but now I like it because it brings clarity and we can move forward. But if it's this side thing, this side conversation, like that's whack. And what's going to happen is I feel like there's like a fork in the road and we're going to start drifting apart because your heart's not right towards me. And maybe my heart is not right towards you. So now we have this natural drifting apart because no relationship can be sustained off of like secrets, lies, gossip, all those different things. You know what I mean?
You should have been a preacher.
I am a preacher.
That's what I'm saying.
Silly.
That's really good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's real. Like
that's really good.
Yeah. I think that's one of the sins we forget about. You know what I mean?
What, the gossip?
The gossip, yeah.
And the slandering. Yeah.
And slander.
I love that. Treating the least of these. Or treating your friends like you would treat Jesus. And I guess for some people hearing that is probably, not even good to hear that because, how they hear Jesus probably ain't how they treat Jesus probably ain't the best. So we don't want them treating like that. Treat your friends how you treat the car you like or how you treat whatever is most valuable to you.
Yeah.
And
that's real.
That's extremely good, babe. Because we've all had that group chat. It's like is 12 of us in the group chat, and then we go over there with the 4 of us in the other group chat. We like, oh, do y'all even know what they're talking about? Yeah,
right.
we've all been there.
Yeah.
But I think having that great sense of confrontation, which you talked about,
it's healthy.
Confrontation and communication, being able to confront in a very respectful and healthy way, and just saying, hey, you know what? I don't know if you know this, but with your perception in the group chat, you come across as being extremely needy, or you come across as being extremely talkative, or you come across as being very opinionated and
attention seeking.
Attention seeking. And so that throws everybody off. And some people have made comments, unfortunately haven't made comments to you, but I wanted to bring it to your attention as your friend. Yeah. I think that's true friendship.
Yeah. But I think even saying that, someone would be like, well, who been talking about me?
Oh, and for me, I'm going to tell them. Jack was talking about you. But I also believe that's what friends do.
Yeah, they stick closer than a brother.
I remember I had somebody who came to me and they was like, I heard from somebody else this about you. And I remember sitting there and I remember saying to him, and I said, who? At first I said, who said it? And he said, well, I don't want to tell you that. He said, but I'm your friend. And I said, there's no way that you're my friend. Yeah. Because you are trying to protect them against me. Yeah. If you are my friend, you would be trying to protect me against them because they're bringing accusation. Yeah. But you are bringing that to me. So obviously they're your friends. Yeah. I'm not your friend. Yeah. And he kind of got ruffled when I said that, but I was like, no. And I looked at him and I was like, dude, we're not friends anymore. Like it's done. And he was like, well, I apologize. It seems like we're not going to be continuing our friendship. You doggone skip it. We ain't because we were never friends. Yeah. But even talking about friends got to eat.
We got to eat.
Friends got to eat. That is the reason why we're going to take a break to tell you about our sponsor, HelloFresh. Yo, what's up, everybody? Listen, now, you already know the holidays are coming up, and you may not be thinking about it, but you probably need to, and you need to be thinking about what are you going to be cooking? And, I know you can probably try to throw together this big family meal, but think about the days and think about the meals that you need, the day after the holiday, the day before the holiday, when you really don't want to be as creative. I'm telling you, that's the reason why we absolutely love HelloFresh. You get farm fresh, pre-proportioned ingredients and seasonal recipes, and they get delivered right to your doorsteps. We go outside, right? right? You know, and I mean, that box is just right there. And then by the time we open it up, it's like, man, my wife just looks and she says, which one do you want? This one, or this one? She made this one. It was like a hamburger steak, and it had these peppers that went along with it with this sauce, and then it had the potatoes, and everything was right there. So you don't have to worry about, did I go to the grocery store? Did I get all the ingredients that I need? All that kind of stuff. And if you're thinking, you know what? I don't want to do this right now. You got to think, if you're traveling for the holidays, this is the perfect time to do it. You can go right in there and change your address, change wherever you need to, or just get HelloFresh. And here's the thing, get HelloFresh and then confuse all of your family and friends who don't think you know what you're doing in the kitchen. Go ahead and get it right now and then let your dish be the talk of the table. Come on. Can we agree with that? This is just what we need. In my household, we absolutely love HelloFresh. I mean, with my wife being a vegan, me being a meat eater, and my kids being, they eat, Skittles and whatever else they eat. I mean, HelloFresh works for our entire family. So I want you to go to HelloFresh.com/LWL18 and use code LWL18 for 18 free meals plus free shipping. That is so amazing. So go to HelloFresh.com/LWL18 and use code LWL18 for 18 free meals plus free shipping. HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit. Again, it's HelloFresh.com/LWL18 and use code LWL18 for 18 free meals plus free shipping. That will definitely get you through the holidays. Get it today. Yeah, but I mean, I had to set him straight that if you're my friend, then there's a sense of protection.
Yeah, loyalty.
Loyalty. If my friends come to me and it's like, oh, somebody was talking about me. Who was talking about you? I'm gonna tell Larry, Tony. I don't care because my loyalty is not to them. Yeah. My loyalty is to my friend.
Yeah, and like if people come to you with gossip about your friend, like, how are you protecting your friend? Absolutely. And like, why do they feel so comfortable
to come to you?
Yeah, isn't that wild?
This guy actually said to me. He looked at me. He said, why do you feel like so many preachers don't like you? That's what he said to me.
He said to you.
He asked me that. I said, well, who are the preachers?
Who doesn't like me?
That's what I was like. Well, who doesn't? I mean, who are you talking to? Right. And he was like, he looked at me. He said, oh, well, none of that's important. And I'm like, it was.
You've been gossiping about me.
That's what it was. That's what it was coming about. That's what it's coming to.
They jealous. That's
and then
why.
he saw a whole nother side of Cornelius.
Yeah.
I mean, his eyes got big, and he was just like, because I turned into that nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Like, all right, you want me to be that nigga? I'm that nigga. I'm that nigga. And I just turned into that in this in the brewery that we were sitting in. But I was shocked by that.
Yeah.
I was legit shocked by that because he kept saying to me, I'm your friend.
Yeah.
I'm coming to sit down and talk to you because I'm your friend.
Like, no, you're not my friend.
I'm like, you're not my friend.
I feel like a friend believes the best about you.
Well, yeah, the friend. And here's the thing. And if I don't believe the best, allow for me, like instead of me hearing what somebody else is say, I'll come and talk to you.
Yeah.
Because as your friend, it's like, hey, I want to have a conversation with you. Mm-hmm. But if I'm coming to have a conversation with you, I want to make sure that you know what I've heard and who I heard it from.
Yeah.
I'm gonna nip it in the bud because I'm that type of friend.
Ask me.
I will put the person who said it on 3-way.
Yeah.
Be like, hold up, I'm sitting with John right now. So Frank, what you say John did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just clear the air.
Okay, so you said he didn't do it now. Okay, well you told me he did it. All right, well I'll talk to you later, Frank. So John, you heard what Frank said.
Yeah.
You
got to clear the air.
You got to clear that crap up.
And then if it takes all that, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be friendship with you.
Now that
like that's just too much energy and toxicity. Like you're not my people, you're not my tribe. Like, and I'm okay with that. Like obviously this is our end in the road, and I'm fine with that.
We go.
Goodbye. I don't mind that because I feel like I'm in such a peaceful place in my life. Like I don't have time for confusion, drama, toxicity. Like I have a peaceful life, and I want to keep it that way.
Man, you got that song in my mind now. You belong to me.
You gonna serenade me, baby?
I belong to you.
Oh
Go.
gosh. Oh,
that was the jam.
That was the jam.
That was the jam. I mean, you were what, in college?
I was gonna say what you were 2 when it came out.
No, I wasn't 2. What year did that song come out? I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't know, but no, I wasn't
Probably
2.
the 90s, and you were about 5. 4. You were like Roman's age. How do you even know that song?
So I was Roman's age. So you were about.
I was 8.
you were 8.
I was 8 when you were 4. Isn't that wild?
No, it's not that. It's not. It's not
So you're
that
Roman's.
wild.
So what if Roman's wife is 8 right now? Oh no, I'm not gonna have that. I'm getting mad.
What? Hold on. What just happened? What just escalated?
I just overthought in that moment, and I went there and around the corner down the block.
So you said Roman's wife is in Logan's class right now?
Oh my gosh! Don't say that. It's gonna stress me out. I'm his wife. I'm his little wife.
His little wife. Okay.
Oh my gosh! I feel like with Roman, I'm gonna be a little crazy. I don't know, babe. I'm
with
trying.
Roman. Child, you crazy with Logan, with Taylor, and Roman.
I know I am. They're my little
think crazy.
sweet friends.
I think crazy is just.
Watch it, because you going home with me. Watch it. You better watch it.
No, because what I was trying to say
Spit it out.
was you're an amazing mom.
Oh wow, that's it.
That's what I was trying to
What about the
get
other
at.
thing? I'm just amazing mom. What about amazing wife?
Tell you what, it ain't no pleasing you. Is it? It's kind of bottomless pit, ain't it? Just a bottomless pit.
Totally joking.
I know.
You sent me the cutest text last night. You're like,
I know.
You're like the best mom and wife. I know I'm just totally like gaslighting him and joking, you guys. But
Yeah, she's
great.
joking with me. Yeah, y'all. So we appreciate y'all rocking with us, yo. Make sure you like, subscribe. Keep tuning in with us. Be back with us next week,
Yes.
yo. We getting closer to Christmas. What you
so
gonna
excited
get her for Christmas? Say what you gonna get there. So make sure you tune in with us, yo. It's your boy Cornelius.
And this is Heather. Love you guys.
All right. Bye.